What's up, guys? It's Scion, and I'm back, and this is going to be a Gaara Unlimited. Now, one thing that's weird to me with this is the fact that they actually had to go ahead and name him Gaara 5th Kazekage when he was already a Kage here, which in the storyline, when he had this outfit on, he really was a Kage already. Pretty much he had this outfit on when Deidara attacked him and then took him, and he was a Kage already, which is just like, but they didn't call him a Kage right here, but you see he does have the Kage title, and they actually named him 5th Kazekage right here when technically when he was acting in this particular matter, he was Great Ninja War and other stuff. So I'm kind of like confused. Like, is it like, okay, now we officially acknowledge him as Kazekage? I don't know. Maybe that's just a little bit of a typo on their on their part rather. So is what it is when it comes to that. Now, Gaara alone as he is right now, 4-star is badass. You can get him to 5-star if you go. You can get parts with survival. You can get parts with the black market, and all of that is all fine and good. And you can get him to 5-star. It's a little bit costly, but you can do it. It's not an impossible thing. Go in and look at his details. Overall, when he's at baseline, his life growth is like really like around 1600. His attack growth is abysmal. It's like something like 300 or 400, something like that. His defense is trash too. Like it doesn't, like it's totally trash. Like it just gets up there as he gets stronger. His ninjutsu is down like more like around 600, and his resistance is like that. In fact, if you look more, it looks more like along the lines of this until you up the growth. Okay, I'll tell you guys already that the growth is usually always what it is. No matter how much you up it, the ratios never change. So like his ratio right now is 21, 4, 8, 8, and 10. It's always going to be around that, even when it goes up, and it'll just be 22, 5, 9, 9, and 11. Like it's always going to be that way. So I try to get people to understand how growth works in this game. But as you get him higher, you see that, that's going to get up around it. But you see the baseline that the problem is initially, he doesn't really have a lot of defense and resistance growth. It comes from some of the stuff that he does and his life growth, which makes him tanky. So you need to pay attention to that and not think that he's just going to stand there forever and be badass, because it's just not the way he works. All right, so let's go back and look at his normal stats on right here. You see he has Sand Hell, which increases the attack of ninjutsu by 40%. For the ninjas of wind attribute on your team by launching a barrier. When used and barrier causes ninjutsu damage against the entire team camp and knock down to a selected enemy. This will hit a vast majority of people in a ranked battle. I don't think it's everybody. I could be wrong, but it might be everybody. I don't see a limit on it, but I could have swore it was just 9, but he might hit all 12 people, which is fine and okay, and does pretty good damage. I'm not remembering if he does hit all 12 people, but he just might. His Sand Shower attacks the front enemy and has a chance to triple combo and cause high float. He has Super Armor, which is part of what makes him tanky, because even if you get hit by something, like he's just gonna stand there and be posing like this, like doing the double dab, like I'm chilling. Like what? I could dab this way or dab that way, I ain't moving. So that's how he rolls. He has the Defender of the Wind. During combat, increase shields based on your own resistance. For each Wind Ninja property, increase the shield based on their own resistance before each action. Now, that's every ninja in your group. So if you have 4, the shield is like pretty much badass, and he's going to do that before each action, every time and every round. So he's pretty good when it comes to that. Now, we're going to talk about something in a second about that. And you also have Sand Burial, which is chase and attack high folded. Enemy cause knockdown, which is also pretty nice. So we're gonna go into the Kazekage Gaara one now. Now he has, in the place of the original first one that you saw, and the other one, cause wind and earth attributes up to 9 damage. Wind and earth damage up to 9 bodies entire. For the enemy team and knock down to a selected enemy. Now I thought initially that that's how he rolled with that, but I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's like that with the first one. I think it just hits everybody regardless. Same thing. He has the sand showers. Pretty much the same thing. Attacks a chance of triple float, high float. I don't think this has a high combo ability, except for if you put combo on it, because he doesn't seem like he does it a whole lot. You have super armor right here, which is low float, high float, repulse, and knockdown. Same thing like that. You have the sand style barrier. Now, instead of it being involved in this, it's now a passive that starts in the first round. And again, just like May right here with hers, I don't like that because it never comes back. Like you pretty much, when they start it, if something happens, if they have a Sasuke, if they have a Gaara on their side, if they have a Mei on their side, your barrier's gone. That's it. This whole slot is just like X'd. You no longer have this slot. I've always hated that. They don't reinitiate it. It doesn't come back. And I don't understand what's the point of that. Like at that point, this really shouldn't be that way. Now they fixed it in skill breakthrough with the original Gaara, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. You also have the sand barrier, which does the same thing as the original, except this time it now adds immobile. Okay, which one would you choose? Until we have skill breakthrough, I would choose this one because it hits harder than this overall, even though it doesn't hit everybody. And he also has a chase that causes him immobile right now. Yeah, you get rid of this, and you just don't have that anymore. But he still, has his shields and everything else like that. So that's still a thing. Like it does hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna act like it doesn't. It does hurt my feelings, but that immobile right there on that chase is nasty. So when I get him up high enough, he's replacing this Gaara in the team until we get to this point. Let's get this over here. As soon as it loads, here we go. Until we get to this point where we can bust this out. Now, this now will shield everybody. It will shield everybody. It doesn't matter who's in the team or whatever. It doesn't matter if they win or not. He's going to shield everybody and by 40%. So you could get that up to here and get that higher. He's now going to do what Earthmane does all the time. Instead of going out to attack, he's just going to shield each and every time, pretty much for 10%, 10% of a shield. But however, if you upgrade it to this one, he'll shield 2 people, which is nasty, which is what Earthmane does. So you pretty much have pocket Earthmane, just like Akatsuki does, Akatsuchi. And if you have Akatsuchi and him in the same team doing that, you pretty much shield everybody, unless they shield the same person, which is like, bruh. But you have a potential of shielding your whole team every single round, which is nasty, broken, and annoying as F. But then you have the super armor right here, which, as you can see right here, I don't know what this one actually does, but do know that this one is extra 40% on top of it. And this one, actually, I believe this causes a mobile. So you kind of get the best of both worlds in one character, which means that the normal Gaara with skill breakthrough is better than the Kazekage Gaara, which you might why bother? Why even do that? If I get pocket Earthmane to go on with my other mains, I'm doing that. I'm just doing that because that's the best thing that Earthmane does, is just them shields every damn round that annoys everybody. So if you get somebody that could do that and still be offensive and be with these passives, if you max all of this, you're just a powerhouse, man. And imagine when the legendary stuff comes out over here, Jesus. So my opinion right now is, I'm gonna rock with the 5th Kazekage Gaara version, and maybe in rank battle, because what I want to do is I want to have a whole bunch of Kage in my rank battle. And I have the first right there, Hashirama. I have Gaara. I have Mei, and I think is that all of them I have? Well, I have Tsunade, but it's not the Kage version, and I don't think that she has the Kage tag, because she would count if she does have the Kage tag, but I don't think so. This is the Sanin War one. Yeah, she doesn't have the Kage tag on that. So that's about it. So on the bottom left, it's going to be more Naruto Online videos. On the bottom right is going to be the MMO show. Top right is going to be Lady Legacy. Top left is going to be a random video. As always, hit that notification bell so you'll be first notification squad. Get those videos coming to you directly and be the first in the stream, because the stream stuff comes that way too. So if you're now on that notification bell, sometimes it just doesn't come to you. You guys be legendary. I'll catch you next video.